I'm in the cockpit of an aircraft named Tu-22M3. This plane turned out to be a sensation as soon as the first one was produced. It was in the media worldwide. This is the most advanced and prospective war aircraft of its time. It has a flight refueling probe. By the aid of the probe, this plane made its first long-distance flight. It covered over 7,000 kilometers. The USA military command was worried about that. They referred to Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty and asked to remove the probe from the bomber. Thus, Tu-22M3 turned from a strategic missile carrier to a regular long-range bomber. Nevertheless, this machine is still called an aircraft carrier's killer. These flight refueling probes turned out to be a scary weapon. When the Soviets issued the first Tu-22M3, the USA didn't have anything like it in performance. The variable wing sweep up to 24 tons of bomb shells. Yes, this one is still an awesome aircraft, but the story of its life was full of hard luck. There was another plane with an alike name, Tu-22. It was designed to replace the old Tu-16. The Tu-22 was the first Soviet plane which had a refueling probe and which could go as far as 7,000 kilometers. Pilots nicknamed it Shiloh, a piercer. It looked like a piercing instrument, but it wasn't the reason. There was about 400 liters of pure alcohol in this plane. Soldiers used to make Shiloh drink out of it. And it was very popular in the Soviet army. Each time the piercers landed on any airfield in the Soviet Union, there was a big party. But the piercers were very difficult in terms of technical maintenance. The engines are too high above the ground. The jet noise was so loud that it was destructive not just for the ears, but for the guts as well. They had to spend the whole day to prepare it for the flight, and it took about 3.5 hours to get it ready for takeoff. All these issues made the Air Force Command ask for a better plane. Andrei Tupolev, the head of the Design Bureau, was known as a clever man. He knew that they wouldn't give him money for a totally new aircraft, so he decided to suggest the in-depth modernization of the Tu-22. It has undergone several upgrades, among which there were the replacement of air intakes for bigger ones. They made the plane more stable in flight when the speed was low. Finally, they designed an almost ideal aircraft. Its wingspan at the sweep of 20 degrees, 34.2 meters. At the sweep of 65 degrees, 23.3 meters. Its length is almost 43 meters over the fin and 42 over the tail. The weight, 68,000 kilograms for an empty plane, 126,000 kilograms for the maximum takeoff mass. G-force limit is 2.5 Gs. Top speed in flight is 2,300 kilometers per hour. Cruise speed is 930 kilometers per hour. Operating ceiling, 13,300 meters. Mission range, 6,000 kilometers. Tu-22M3 is a multi-purpose tactical bomber. It can be upgraded in the future as new technologies evolve. But when strategic air forces were young, there was nothing of the kind. Engines were primitive. Construction materials were heavy. Nevertheless, the most reliable aircraft in the world was made long ago during the Cold War.